watching the evening news. And how are you going to reach them if you don't use their stuff?
And one of the things I like about your show is you have amusing stories.
Yeah, we try. We try. Let's see if we got one for today. Here's one I like. It pertains to nothing that we're talking about. It's the resident in a posh hotel breakfast room called over the head waiter one morning and read from the menu. He said, "I'd like 1 undercooked egg so that it's runny, and 1 overcooked egg so that it's tough and hard to eat. I'd also like grilled bacon which is a bit on the cold side, burnt toast, butter straight from the freezer so that it's impossible to spread, and a pot of very weak lukewarm coffee." Waiter says, "That's a very complicated order, sir. It might be quite difficult." The guest replied sarcastically, "Can't be all that difficult because that's exactly what you brought me yesterday."
Oh boy!
That was good.
So there, huh?
Yep, so there.
I have a book of quotations here that I think is hilarious. Helen Rowland, born in 1876, so she's of the previous generation there, and she says a fool and her money are soon courted.
Courted, yes.
Yes. And it takes one woman 20 years to make a man of her son, and it takes another woman about 20 minutes to make him a fool.
Sometimes even less than that.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little story about, speaking of the social media and everything, I have a nice human interest, a good story. Recently, my daughter and her family found a little dog that was lost in the neighborhood, and saved its life, my understanding, and ran out in the street and almost got hit. Everybody was honking at it, and they was scared, and they took it home. And very cute dog. Obviously, somebody's pet had, groomed and soft pads and clipped toenails. And they put its little face on the Facebook, and we got a lost and found here in the area, and it took about a week, and a neighbor recognized the dog, and they were able to return the dog to its elderly couple that apparently the woman had been so sad every day. The husband was saying it was like a nightmare. But they've been reunited, and it was very good. I was like, yay, Facebook, So it works, it works. People do connect with each other on the Facebook.
Well, that is very true. If I had the magical way of understanding the ins and outs of social media, and if I were able to keep up on a daily basis, I'd be a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
But things change, and the more they change, the more it's the same.
Well, that's what they say, and there's truth in the saying. I was just thinking the other day, I read where a lady had, she was an airline hostess or a stewardess, and she got laid off with the changes and so forth, and she was all the time losing her keys, and she had, as Patty had done, found a clip to hang on the strap of her purse with her car keys, and that's where she keeps them, clipped to her purse or her pocketbook. And this lady started making one, putting a little jeweled emblem on the clip as a key carrier, and she made $4 million last year.
Wow.
Doing the same thing my wife's been doing for the last 10. Yes, the same things are done again and again. It's just not done the same way.
It's marketing.
It's marketing. Well, she encouraged her connection with her fellow stewardesses, and sold them at the airports and this and that and the other. And that's been our problem, is we're just not talking to enough people.
Yeah, well, some people, first I've had to explain what a blankie is.
Well, that's our job, but we're not talking to enough people.
Yeah, because what I made it for is not necessarily for putting over the child for sleeping. It's for self-soothing, comforting, carrying around, dragging off to grandma's house so you can go to sleep.
Well, the kid doesn't understand that. It's the parents that understand that, and the parents have got the money.
Well,
So we're not doing it right yet.
But every little child I have seen when I've been somewhere and there's blankies on the table, every little kid that walks past immediately reaches over and rubs the satin. The little ones know what they're for.
Well, our job is to convince the ones with the money that that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We only have a couple minutes, and I wanted to touch upon something. You know what would be really great? You have such a way with people that maybe in a couple months or so you can start interviewing individuals and talk a little bit about them while you're involved with your baby blankets. I have found that on the internet, people want to be entertained, and you're doing a lot of the right things. So that's just a suggestion.
Well, you never know. Anything's possible. Like you said a minute ago, we're open to anything. We'll try it once at least and see how it goes.
Well, remember, some men feel that the only thing they owe a woman who marries her is a grudge. So we don't want to do that. I believe we're today, in our attempt to increase your satisfaction to our program, we presented a group of stories and opinions without an organized script. This is really an exercise in fixing something we're not sure is broken. But as you know, artists must continue to modify and change their work until it becomes muddied. How else do they know they're wrong? No attempt was made at education. Our intent was to amuse and entertain. We hope they did. This program is archived at Blog Talk Radio, captured and archived for YouTube TV video, and linked to our Facebook. Comments are welcome. Our mission on these Blog Talk Radio presentations is to stimulate your thinking, prod your mind into new channels, pump up your interest in life, rebuild your enthusiasm. Patrick, thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you for asking me.
Yes,
finally, you asked me.
We're part of the solution, not part of the problem. Thank you. And
next week we're taking a break.
Our program will be a 2-week summer break, and expect to return on Tuesday, 2 p.m., June the 26th, when we will discuss our changing times from a different view. Thank you for listening. Think positive.
Be positive.
Live positive. Thank you, Patrick, and goodbye.
Thank you. This show was brought to you by GG Blankies since 2011. Musings with Steve and Teresa are a Blog Talk weekly feature talking about different changing times and how it applies to you. For a complete selection of GG Blankies, please call Teresa at 740-727-1684. Thank you for listening.